Hi everyone, welcome to this week of Rise Up. I have my co-producer, Eugene Reed, and my name is Tyrone Lyons. Welcome.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
Yes.
We are so glad that you guys are here. We have so much to talk to you about as far as achieving your dreams. How important is education? Who are the people who inspired you? And what else?
And your goals.
And your goals.
And let's think about how important they are.
So let's get started. Today's topic, number one, is like education. How important is education to you? And if not, why?
You gotta ask yourself that question. You know, what is important? And again, like Mr. Eugene Reed just mentioned, how important is education to you? I mean, you have to go through school to be educated. You have to listen to your parents to be educated.
Yes.
What are the choices are you making to gain this education?
And you shouldn't be afraid if you don't know something, right? Don't be afraid to ask your teacher. Listen, I didn't really understand that. Can you explain that to me one more time? It doesn't have to be in the setting of the whole class. After class, excuse me, Mr. Thomas, I really didn't get that. Can you explain to me again? And I'll tell you one thing, that teacher would really love to spend that time making sure that you understand what was being taught. Education is the key, one of the keys to success. They said, I heard a saying that says, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. It can cost you your life.
For sure. I mean, ignorance is something that, you know, you just don't want to exercise. And if you try it, it's going to take advantage of you. You know, that's what ignorance does. It takes advantage of your existence.
Yes.
You know? Yes. But let's use that term education in the way where it's gonna broaden your horizons, where you're gonna be able to communicate in any form or fashion with any person on any level. You know, that's key. Okay, so you got to think of the choices. I mean, let's look at yourself and say to yourself, who am I? What do I want to be? Where do I want to go? What are my goals in life? And look at your family and see what's happening with you and your family. Do you have that communication with your parents, with your other siblings? I mean, you got to really express yourself so that, you know, people can understand the person that you are or the person that you are becoming.
And you have the choice to create, produce, direct, and star in the life that you want. Because it's your life, right? So you have this choice, right? Either I'm going to give me an education, I'm going to give me a mentor, I'm going to make the right choice to have the people who are important to me respond to me the way I need them to respond to me.
That's right.
You understand? Like,
that's right.
I want my parents to respond to me in a positive way, right? So I'm going to do things that would help them look at me that way. You know, wow, he's a responsible young man.
And that's right. Responsibility is important. You know, you want to make the right choices. And as Eugene mentioned, how your parents will look at you. I mean, you know, when you make that mistake, don't look to point fingers at others. Stand up to your mistakes. Accept your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. And that's only one way of becoming a responsible young man and woman.
Who gets the job? The guy who shows up 5 minutes early or the guy who shows up 1 minute late? Make the choice to make people want to have you on their team. Because this guy comes to work early, man. This guy stays late. This guy helps without even being asked. You want to be that individual where people know they can count on you.
You want to
make that choice.
Step up to the plate, hit that home run.
You know,
that's where you show responsibility, and people look for that, especially in the workforce. And you know, personally, you get a job, earn an income, be successful. Part of that is being responsible. You got peers around you that they look for that and they want you to be responsible. You want to earn an income, you're going to be responsible. But don't forget, I think entrepreneurship is also important and it's also key to you being able to achieve a higher goal. Working is essential. Entrepreneurship is definite. You just got to pick a goal or something that you, like a business you want to become successful in. Whether it be real estate, whether it be a banker, whether it be an entertainment manager.
Entertainment, law enforcement, medicine, whatever you want to be, you can be. As I said before, you're the star, you're the producer, you're the director of your life, right? So what you need to do is surround yourself with people who are going to help you get to the goals that you set for yourself.
That's right. And Rise Up, as part of our mission, me and Brother Eugene's mission, is to help you get to that goal, help you reach the foundation. You got to build the foundation up. You know, you start from the bottom, you rise up to the top, and you're going to be able to accomplish anything you set your mind to.
Because we all have gifts, right? We all have gifts, whether it's dunking a basketball, whether it's writing a rap, whether it's hitting a home run, whether it's being able to break down calculus, you know, or whether it's being able to draw a comic book.
Think about science.
You know what I'm saying? We all have a gift, right? We all have more than one gift. We have a number of gifts in us that's been placed in us, right? So, and they're called interests, right? Okay, you have an interest in something. So you find what it is that you're interested in, and guess what? I can make a living at that, right? But how do you do that? You have to get people who are willing to help you along your way.
Yeah. It's like building a map, or let's say a road to success. You got to start at the beginning, okay? And then you get past a particular hurdle where you're going to feel, okay, maybe I can get from, Washington to New York. Maybe I can get past New York and go all the way to California. And these are the boundaries that you might travel down this map or this road to get to that place where you're going to be successful.
You know, for me, I found reading people's autobiography very interesting, right? And it motivated me and it encouraged me, right? Like Les Brown, I saw him on PBS, which is Channel 13 here in New York, and he said, get my book called Live Your Dreams. I'm telling you, I got the book, I read the book, and I took some of the suggestions that he made, and I had an interest. I wanted to be a television reporter, but at the time, I didn't have the degree, but I got his book, I read the book, and then I started trying the suggestions. And next thing you know, we were producing our own show called Black Like Me, 1995 to 2000. We were in the New York Knicks locker room interviewing Patrick Ewing, John Starks, Larry Johnson. We were on the Yankee Stadium field interviewing.
You're taking it back.
Dow Strawberry,
oh my goodness.
David Cohn,
Yes.
Willie Randolph.
Yes.
You know, we were at Shea Stadium before it became Citi Field, interviewing the Mets.
Yeah.
We were interviewing the New Jersey Nets before they were the Brooklyn Nets.
The Prudential Center?
Yes,
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So,
unbelievable.
You can't believe me. You can achieve your dreams, right?
Through those networks. Now, these venues that he's expressing to our audience, or to the audience, those venues, I mean, they open doors. I mean, we young men, two young men, literally.
Yeah.
And a lot of the, let's say, major broadcast companies, the major medias, Channel 7, CBS, Worldwide of Sports. You probably didn't hear that, but that's how far we was in this arena.
Yes.
We was in this circle And these are the major networks.
Major network,
and
yes.
here we are, two young men.
Community access television.
And we had our camcorder, tripod, press pass.
We were fishing, you know?
And they was, and even after they would see us interview, guys like Larry Johnson for the Knicks.
Yes.
John Stark for the Knicks, Patrick Ewing. They would even see us, and they had the press box.
Yes.
During like intermissions at certain games, we would go to the press box and just, hang out, maybe halftime or whatever have you, just to get to, meet other people. And we ran into, who was it? Was it Clyde?
Walt Clyde Frazier.
Walt Clyde Frazier, right?
The New York Knicks broadcast person, right?
And you see him now today. I mean, he went from radio, now he's doing TV. And when we first met him, he was just doing radio.
Yes.
And he was a real,
he was an all-time New York Knick. This is an all-time New York Knick. And he was doing radio, right? And he comes into the press room and he sees me and Ty and we're having dinner and he sits down and he talks with us, right? And he's like, wow, man, I'm really impressed with you two young brothers doing your thing, living your dreams. You know what I'm saying?
And that was a beautiful moment for both of us because imagine this. Here we are, two young black men. We are the only two young black men in this room.
Yes.
Having dinner or lunch or whatever you want to call it.
And imagine if you guys were there, if LeBron walked in, because that's what it was the equivalent to.
Exactly.
Walt Frazier is our LeBron.
Exactly.
Okay, so imagine LeBron comes in and sits down with you and say to you, wow, I'm really impressed with you, what you're doing. Yeah. Continue to live
he could have sat anywhere in that cafeteria.
Yes.
He didn't have to come over to us and just express himself. Nope. And he sat down, not only did he express himself, he let us know how he felt about what we was doing. Yeah. He sat down, we interviewed him, had his lunch with us or dinner or whatever you call it.
We're talking about a two-time NBA world champ, Walt Clyde Frazier.
It's a beautiful thing.
Look him up on Google. Look him up on YouTube. You see, he was no joke.
And this is that opportunity. These are the choices that, we, at some point, no one's perfect. We had to learn from our own mistakes. And, we had like those obstacles that we had to, come to knock down to get to where we wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And, just by networking, by focusing on our dreams and listening to our mentors and reading up on these particular stories that Eugene just mentioned about Les Brown. I mean, Malcolm X is another person that, inspired. Yes. I mean, me and Eugene.
Yes.
At many means necessary didn't mean just to put a gun in your hand.
No.
It didn't mean that. And what he meant by that, what I took from Malcolm X saying any means necessary is to educate yourself at any means.
Yep.
That's the key to success. You can network with people, get people to give
support you and sponsor you.
But you got to learn from those
who came before us.
Definitely, who came before us because they wrote the path.
Yes, there's a movie called it just slipped my mind, but it's a bird, right? And the bird neck can turn all the way around. It sees back, and it said, "You have to know where you came from to know where you're going." Right? You have to know your history. You have to know those who fought and died and bled, so you can have the opportunities that you have today. This way, you don't squander them.
That's right.
Just smoking weed, playing video games all day long. No, people gave their lives, right? So you can have the opportunity to go to school, right? So you can have the opportunity to work in any job that you want, as long as you are qualified for it. How do you become qualified?
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself by any means necessary. If you got to go to the library,
right.
If you got to go to Google, if you got to go to the almanac.
Yeah, take a trade, go to trade school, whatever can give you that boost to get you motivated to become a prominent individual in this society today.
Because
take that choice, take those opportunities, because it's only going to work for you. It's not going to work against you. Trust me when I tell you.
This young man that's very impactful today. His name is Eric Thomas. You can find him on YouTube. He's a motivational speaker as well. It's called E.T., the Hip Hop Preacher. This young man is so phenomenal. He was homeless at the age of 16. But he was able to go get his GED. He was able to go to college. He liked to say it took him 12 years to get a 4-year degree. But guess what? He got it.
That's right.
And today he is a multi-millionaire. Look him up on YouTube, E.T., the hip-hop preacher. I mean, we have so many mentors, right? People that can help us achieve our dreams, right? And we need to utilize that.
That's right. That's right. They right there in front of us. You just got to take advantage. Open your eyes and just, take time to, visualize and say, what's in my presence that God puts it for me where I can learn from, who I can learn from, where I can take and go forth and teach others with. You got to think.
Yes.
God give us these gifts, and sometimes we overlook them. But if you just put yourself back into perspective, meaning in terms where you got to just evaluate yourself, and you're going to see those gifts, and you're going to flourish. You're going to be able to be successful in life, and that's key.
As one of my heroes, Les Brown, once said, "You cannot soar with eagles if you're hanging with turkeys." That means that you have to get with the winners.
That's
you
right.
can't get with the losers. Cats that just want to hang out on the corner all day and do negative things. You got to get with people who are heading in the direction that you want to go to.
That's right. And look at the world we're in today. I mean, think about it. Politics. You got war with Russia and Ukraine. Okay, we got COVID. We're getting different variants of this COVID virus. And
every time it seems to go down,
it seems like it comes back up, right? I mean, but listen, even as sad as it might be, don't allow that to, make you don't want to do what we need to be doing as people. Communicate with your neighbors.
Yes.
Express yourself. Let them understand that, you're not there to do harm to them.
No.
I mean, we have elderly people in our community who are afraid to go out, to go to the grocery store because of what they read on the news daily.
Yes.
I mean, it's unbelievable. But we as young men and women, we need to make better choices. Stop being, we're stereotyped. Mm-hmm. Okay? Don't allow people to stereotype you. Prove them wrong. Matter of fact, prove to yourself that you're not that person. Okay? You could go out and tell your neighbor, how you doing today? I love you. I think about you. Are you all right? Do you need some assistance?
Yes.
Or do you need some help?
Because it takes a village. It takes a village. I mean, when we grew up, we knew the family next door and the family next door to them and the family next door to them. All the parents knew each other. All the parents knew the children on the block, right?
And if you did something, the neighbors from the building,
right,
or from your building or your adjoining building would discipline you.
Yes.
Nowadays, you just try to discipline someone else's child. It's like you star in World War III.
Yes.
But, that's not the way we want to be.
And that's not where we come from.
Exactly.
That's not where we come from.
That village, you have to have that village.
We come from that village.
Where everyone
takes care
of their own.
Yes. Takes care and teaches their own, right?
That's right.
The energy that we put out in this universe comes back to us. You can put out negative energy, it's going to come back to you.
That's right.
Or you can put out positive energy, and that's going to come back to you well. You want people to look at you. You want to paint a picture that, wow, when adults see you in the neighborhood, they'll be like, that young man right there, he's got it going on. I like the way he carries himself.
That's right.
That young lady right there, she's going places. Because we should be disrespectful to the adults in our neighborhood.
Not at all.
Cursing in front of them and, acting like, you're going to, attack them, if they say something to you. Listen, all of us, from me and him, down to you, and you. In our heart of hearts, we're good people.
Oh, 100% we are good people.
We're good people.
We come from good parents.
So let your light shine.
That's right.
Let the best of you shine.
No matter what type of circumstances you come from, Okay, I'm quite sure, that there was somebody in your immediate surroundings that always told you, like, no, that's not the way to do it. If you just listen, you won't make those mistakes. Okay, so that just goes to show you that there's opportunities for you. There's a chance for each and every one of you out there in audience land. Just listen to the positive people that's in your circle. And believe me, you're going to go a long way. Don't let the news or the media dictate the type of person you are, okay? Because they have to have these images.
Yeah.
These images is somewhat, most of the time, is negative. They're going to tell you all these war-torn stories, okay? But don't fall into that trap. Don't allow your peers to put that peer pressure on you to fall into a trap. If you see one of your friends, let's think about it. You come out your house one day. Use this as an example. You come out your house one day. You meet Johnny on the corner. The bus, you're waiting for your school bus. Johnny walks up to the school where you wait for the bus together. The bus pulls up. Before the bus gets to you guys, Johnny is trying to get you to go a different way. Now, your mother and father is believing that you're off to get on that bus to go to school. But Johnny has another plan in mind. Now, he's going to introduce you to his plan, but do you really have to follow his footsteps? Because at the end of the day, Johnny is going down the wrong road, but you don't have to follow that. Get on that bus. Focus on your education. Stay in school. Listen to your parents, and trust me, you're going to be fine.
And take the time to learn who you are. As he said once before, look in the mirror.
That's right.
Talk to yourself. Listen, we going places. We are going places. We are a winner. It's called self-affirmations. You have to feed yourself positive affirmations every day. Listen, I'm great. I'm intelligent.
Yeah.
I'm smart. I'm going places.
That's right.
I'm doing things. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't believe in you,
nobody else will. That's just that simple. So just take the moment, like Eugene said, look at the person in the mirror. Who was it that we did the Million Man March during, I think it was 1986.
No, 90s, in the 90s.
Okay.
That like 95, 94, 95.
Okay, excuse me. Okay, 95, 94.
Wow,
we did
wow.
What was it? The Million Man March?
Million Man March.
That's
In
right,
Washington,
that's
D.C.
right. In Washington, D.C., that's right.
And
that's
check
right.
this out.
Oh, my goodness.
When we got there, we were all the way in the back. But because we believed that we belong in the front,
yeah, we made our way
we made our way to the front.
To the front. We saw Rosa Parks. Who else was there?
Mr. Farrakhan,
Rosa Parks.
Benjamin Chavis, he was the leader of the NAACP.
Right.
Will Smith.
Yeah. Charles Oakley.
Charles Oakley.
Bunch of people.
Minister Louis Farrakhan was the keynote speaker, right? You do know that, right?
Yeah.
The Million Man March.
Beautiful moment.
Oh. And there was a saying, long live the spirit of the Million Man March, right? So what that meant, right, was that what Minister Farrakhan and the other black leaders were talking about was a sense of community, right? That we as black people need to have a sense of community. We need to help each other. We need to help pull each other up, right? We need to push each other forward. We need to help each other achieve each other's dream. Those were the spirit of the Million Man March, right? So listen, you need any help? Reach out to us.
Rise up.
We're here to help you.
Youth Organization at gmail.com. That's our email.
Rise up.
Youth Organization
at gmail.com. Okay? And we'll surprise you. We can introduce you to anyone. We can introduce you to someone in any field.
That's right.
Whether sports, entertainment, law enforcement, medicine, politics,
teacher,
education.
That's right.
Amtrak conductor, someone who drives the Amtrak train. Those trains that's not an easy thing to drive, right?
Right.
We can introduce you to an Amtrak engineer, right?
And they could tell you stories about what it took for them to get to where they are in life.
Right.
To being a professional person, we all want to do something positive earn a decent income, and we can introduce you to somebody who can tell you their roadmap and the trip it took them to get there.
And this way you don't have to make the mistakes that they made
Exactly.
to get the successful results that they got.
Exactly.
So listen, once again, my name is Eugene.
And my name is Tyrone.
This is Rise Up Youth Empowerment. We're here for you.
All day.
We'll see you next week. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Rise up.
Rise up.